Hey everybody, what's up? This new episode of Garage Talk All Sports. So we're excited. It's been a few seconds, we're kind of working, always doing something, so it's hard to get on the set here, but we're back. It's good to have everybody.
Garage Talk episode 8. Let's go, baby.
Woo-hoo. Hey, we got something new for you guys. Check this out. We got our t-shirts up. So we're excited. We're gonna change up the color a little bit, but that's
no
our new
color
t-shirt.
change.
You like that?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
nice design. Hope you can see that really well. So got a new t-shirts out. We
Yes.
will sign them, autograph them as we need to.
Yes.
So I'm excited. Let's get started.
Awesome. So, guys, episode 8. Great day. Feeling good. Man, I hope that everyone's doing good. Thank you for tuning in. Thank all the subscribers for everyone who's been subscribing. Like Pops was saying, go ahead, man. Interact with us so that way we can get you a shirt. And those shirts will go to the fans who's listening and rocking with us because it's going to be a matter of time, baby. So don't get left in that dust, man.
Yes,
we're having so much fun on the show. The show goes on, like they say.
All right, so I'm Pops. I'm old school, and that's Son. He's new school. And like he was saying, it's good to have you guys back. I know for us, it's kind of taking us a while to get back to the mic, but we're here and we're ready to party. So let's do this.
So, Garage Talk episode 8. Man, feels so good, like it always does.
Yes.
But fun, and I'm happy because on episode 8 we're gonna start something new today, guys. We want everyone to be involved, and we just want to start shedding the history and the love of sports. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna start basically Garage Talk trivia.
All right,
so
let's do that. All right.
What we're gonna go ahead and do is we're coming straight out the gates. You guys get your first trivia question today. But when we do this trivia, understand, guys, we all have a phone in our pocket, or if not in our hand.
Yep.
Don't cheat yourself. If you really don't know the answer, of course, fine. But you should probably just wait till the show continues because we'll give you the answer at the end. But really, just chew on it as the show goes, and then think about it and ask yourself if you can come up with these answers. They're gonna be history. It's gonna be present. It's just sports trivia, so don't get mad if you got the answer, or get glad if you got the answer, because here we come.
I know, right?
So,
let's do this.
Episode 8, question number 1, sports trivia. Let's go. All right.
What you got?
So, question number 1, my good people. We all know that Brady's got the most rings as far as the quarterback goes. But can you tell me which two, because there's a tie, which two quarterbacks are tied for second place in the amount of Super Bowl rings?
Wow.
So don't give it away, Pops. You know what's crazy is he got this.
Yeah.
I promise you he got this. Like, I did not help this man.
And I just thought about the eras.
But we'll come back to that.
The 60s, the 70s,
Okay,
the 80s.
that's the only hint you guys get. Think about eras. But we'll come back to you guys. That's the trivia question of the day. Think about that. And then we'll come back to that as we give our trivia answer at the end of the show.
All right.
So with that being said, oh man, sports. Fun for me anyways. I just love sports. So y'all gonna have to work with me because I'll be getting excited. I can't
know,
help
right?
it. Okay, so kind of a cool day today. As you can see, we got our shirts on.
Yeah,
we're kicking,
repping
we're
it,
relaxing.
we're pimping it, yeah.
We're not like blazing hot in our sports coats. So I wanted to keep it light. I want you guys to kind of know a little bit more about me and Pops, so we're going to give biographies today. No, I'm joking. We're not giving biographies. I'm joking. We're not going to do that. But what we will do, so that way we can just, and you guys should do it too. I tell you, I'm going to keep telling you guys, get in the comments, go on to Twitter, give us that Garage Talk All S1 on Twitter. Give us the feedback. But what we're going to do today is I want to give, and we'll let Pops take first, but I want to go over and we'll go over NFL.
Okay.
Excuse me, because we're ramping up to the NFL. It's episode 8, as you guys all know, but if you don't know, going back in the recordings, today's August the 1st. Hey, the 1st of the month, yeah. It's August 1st. NFL season, like, right around the corner. So it's just time to talk some football. So as we all get to know each other, you guys get to know Garage Talk, all sports. This is where we're at, baby. I want to know, who is your favorite player of all time? Actually, favorite 3 players. Because I think everyone can pretty much throw out their favorite player pretty easily. But you really have to dig deep when you go 3. So who is your favorite 3 players of all time? and the reason why. Just because obviously this is my pops. I knew who his one would be, but I made him wait to
Wait,
give
who's
me.
my one?
I'll let him get it. I know who his one is. It's like you guys.
Big play shade.
Period. I don't want to steal your thunder, but I knew who his one was, but I wanted to wait to get his other two. So I'm as raw as you guys are. I don't know what his other two is. You guys think of your top three as well and let us know. But we're gonna start with Pops and give him the floor. Who's your top three players of all time? Doesn't have to be playing now. Could be from any decade.
Yep. You know what? I base mine based on the emotions. When I look at the football in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, even in the 70s, and I said, well, who captivated me and people of that nature? So, of course, I'm always gonna go with Big Play Shea. Yeah, I can put Tiger up there, but I'm gonna go with Big Play Shea. Shannon Sharpe, Denver Broncos was like the bomb. So he touched me. I remember we were playing the Patriots one time when they were the Patriots, the old Patriots. He picked up the phone and silences, called the National Guard. We had killing the Patriots.
That's when they left to play on ESPN. So if
cool.
you're from his era, you might know. But if you're from my era, they love to show the clip when he hops on the phone with this little charismatic stuff. Hey, call it. That was the Patriots game he was talking about. So
my number two, not in Denver, it's Joe Montana. I thought Joe Montana really, captivated me, got my emotion. I thought I had never seen that combo with him, Rice, and so the whole bit. And my last one.
Wait.
Go ahead. What's up?
We're speeding along here, and I like your pick so far, but I just want to. This is just getting to know Pops and Son on Garage Talk. So we say Joe Montana, and he captivated you.
Yep.
Forgive me of the ignorance. Did you get to see him and the Jerry and did you get? Is that just something like, for instance, if I say one of the players Montana, I know of their acumens, but I didn't get to see that. Did you really? Is that something?
Well, I didn't see him live, but I watch a lot of Joe Montana, Joe Montana's games, and when you rank him amongst quarterbacks, that's why I thought that Brady could not be on your Mount Rushmore, and I don't want to get into that. I get it. Right. But watching Joe Montana play was just amazing between him and Rice, and just that era of football, watching him come out, and it was just amazing. So that's why he made my list.
Good pick.
That's why he made my list. I mean,
it's no right or wrong, but I like that as being one.
And the old Candlestick Park, it was just nostalgic, and it was just amazing. So if you ever got to, I don't know what they call it now, but Steve Sabo, which does NFL films, and he's passed away, and rest in peace. We love Steve. But go back and check them out. It's just quality football, and Joe would just rip you to shreds. And I kind of hated how they sent him to Kansas. I don't know why we do that. We tear down nostalgic old buildings, and Europe doesn't do that. In America, let's move on to the next new thing.
I was gonna say, America does. We're really big for what have you done for me lately.
Exactly. And once Joe got into that started sliding down the hill, they're like, okay, we're done with you. They went on to Steve Young, who did did a lot of great things, but Joe Montana, my third one, because one, he's from my alma mater. I love CU, and I loved Cordell Stewart.
Wow.
Cordell Stewart, if you hadn't watched, please go back and watch this guy's highlights. I know CJ, I love you, CJ. You took us to the national championships, but we had not seen, we called him Slash. Cordell could play quarterback, and they said, all right, he went to Pittsburgh, got drafted by Pittsburgh. He played quarterback, and he also played receiver. And just to be able to watch Slash line up on the outside, and he was true to the game. You could depend on him. He was liable. And I became a huge Steelers fan because of Slash. It was just great. Cordell was the bomb. So those are my three. I got Shannon. Of course, I'm always going to like Big Play Shea. I know a lot of other people here in the local area, they like Terrell or John Elway. I can probably go with another tight end, or maybe, they don't remember number 51, Mobley. Mobley was our tight end, our linebacker. John he was a beast, what I'm saying? But, Ed McCaffrey, Rod Smith. I can just keep going on and on and on. But my three was Shannon Sharpe, Montana, and then Slash, Cordell Stewart. What you got?
I like those three because
the excitement, the thrill of the game. A lot of people get... we're watching this thing on Al Davis on ESPN. 30-30.
It was good.
It was really good. But I think that most times we like our heroes based on the emotions that they invoke. You know, like I was always a huge Charles Barkley fan. When he played for Philly, you know, Charles was a beast. Yeah, I know Shaq came out, and I mean I can go through 100 names.
Right.
But Charles was a darn good basketball player.
There's a reason why he's sitting up with that
Yeah,
board
with
of
TNT,
analysts.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He didn't just make it there by, he didn't just
Exactly.
stumble up there, and he didn't get there by his analyst skills.
Trust me, no.
we're not hating on Charles, but man, that's the crew right there. There ain't nobody hating on that crew. That crew is it. You want to sit down and watch you a game, enjoy a game. You're hoping to see the crew.
They're all Hall of Famers too.
Even when one's missing, you're like, oh man, dude. Don't get me wrong, they get some great people to fill in. Dwayne comes in some nights and stuff like that. It's fun, but anyways, I don't want to go too far left.
What you got though in your top 3?
All right.
No, your favorite.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about favorite. No right or wrong answer.
Right.
Now you know a little bit more about Pops. And I will say this before I get into my top 3. I love the Shannon Sharpe pick. Obviously, we're Bronco fans if you can't tell. You should know that by episode 8.
Shannon had a big mouth, but he would back it up though.
Man, but he was a fun player to watch. Like the example you gave with the phone call, in the dances in the end zone, like, and he's on Fox now. You better go peep it, boy. He's still just as fun to watch. Shannon's just a good player. Oh, you know what? Random. All right, fun fact, right? Because this is a garage talk, and we're just chilling,
chopping it up right now.
It's a fun little cool episode, right? Better Bodies. Snap!
Right.
Who's from Aurora, Colorado? Better Bodies.
Right.
On Rafa Chambers in Iliff. Yo, man, Shannon Sharpe used to be in.
Shannon
Shannon
would be in the gym.
He's from the block, bro.
Working
Shannon.
out. And it was like no fanfare all around him. Shannon would be in there getting it on. It was like, that's Shannon Sharpe.
Yes.
And here's the gym that I go to. I thought,
y'all,
this
Better
is
Bodies.
a trip.
So if you're not from Denver, Better Bodies is not like some mega gym. This is not like a huge
Orange Theory or,
this is not some mega complex you go to. LA Fitness and stuff like that, and like everyone goes there. You know, half the people working out, and half people just chilling. No. Better Bodies was like a gym. I'll just put it this way. Let's just keep it real. It was in the cut. Like you had to know, kind of, if been in the area or you're from the area to know that Better Bodies was even there.
Yeah.
And that was Shannon Sharpe's little spot. You could catch
Better
him
Bodies.
in there.
Rumors if you want to get your hair cut.
Yeah. So
man.
Shays, just had to say that before I go skipping along there. If you're from Aurora, Denver, Colorado, I mean that's
Better Bodies was the gym.
That's good talk right there.
Yeah, Better Bodies. Yeah. I
All right.
about that.
Yeah, had to. All right, so real quick, because I don't want to kill too much. My 3.
Who your favorite?
Man, all right, guys, hear me out. So there's a
Wait.
little bit about.
Please don't say Tom Brady. Please
I'm
don't
gonna say Tom Brady. He almost did make this list, but I'm
no.
not gonna say it. Spoiler: he's not on the list.
Okay, all right.
So, man, a little bit about me. You guys see how much we care and love about the Broncos, hometown.
Yeah.
Let's go squad, Broncos, Bronco country. Yes, sir. My second favorite team, because I'm allowed to do that.
Oh, here we go.
In the NFL.
Yeah.
I'm not, I know it's 2021, I know who won last year, but I have my pops here, he can validate. It's Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's right.
All right?
Yeah.
So let me take you to my favorite player of all time. My dude.
Can I guess?
Number 4. No, that's cheating. He knows this one. You can guess the second two, and I flip my paper over.
Okay. No, that's
Mike Allstott. Number 40.
over Warren Sapp.
Oh yeah, over Warren. Yeah, Mike Allstott is my boy, man. You got
Plus, he used to be a Bronco.
I love some running backs. They're underrated. And then he played in a time where running backs were the thing. And Mike Allstott is my
Couldn't stop
favorite.
him.
That was my guy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little bit about him. And you know what? I looked him up. And I just do this from random time with certain sports players and stuff. And as of October of 2020, the article was saying that he's in Florida. I think it said North Christian, if I'm right or wrong. I apologize, but I think that's what it said. October 2020, that he's the head coach of a high school team.
Yeah.
So he's still involved in football.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Mike Allstott. But that's my favorite guy, man. In my opinion, in that era when you have the Ricky Williams, the Bus, the A Train, you had some hard runners in that era. I, outside the Bus, tip my hat to Mike Allstott. He didn't play the halfback position. He's a fullback. I give him the best fullback of all time. This guy was the last great fullback in what today's game is kind of a fizzle. There's some teams who don't really run the fullback at all. if you run the I, you might have a fullback, but he's really just your blocker. He might get a touch on the goal line. Mike Allstott was such a good fullback, you could give him the touches at the fullback position and then convert him to single I formation and throw him in the backfield. He was a great back. I just love the mentality and the running style of a Mike Allstott. Shouts out to Jerome Bettis, but Mike was my man. He played for the Bucks, and I just loved. We had a great defense when they went and smacked the Raiders up. They smacked the Raiders up. There was a great defense, but on the offensive side, it's like he carried the mentality of, look, feed me the rock. I'll get you 3 or 2 on the goal line.
Yeah.
I don't care if Mike. He's not going to be the fastest. He's not going to give you like the biggest runs, but he will give you what you need. And Mike, he's just Mike. So
if you need a couple of yards, you always give it to Mike.
That's my personal guy right there.
Huge too.
Yeah, he's a tank. That's why he played fullback. But Mike Allstott. Shout out to all my Mike Allstott fans out there.
Mike, okay.
Number 2. I think that a lot of people, this guy would make a lot of people's list, but I'm just a player. I didn't play all the way through high school, but the years I played football and watching football and loving football, I got to give it to Ray Lewis.
Oh, snap. Yeah.
There's no one.
Okay.
As we all know how talented he is, but I like the way the game is played with your heart. And I don't think there's a player, from my eyes, is my favorite. I've not seen a player, Broncos, Ravens, anyone, who has played with more heart than what Ray Lewis played with. And then he translated that heart into skill, and he put fear into people. He did his best at his position that I've seen the middle line back when he played.
Bro.
Ray Lewis, I'm enamored by the way he played the game because he did it the right way. If you have all this stuff, well, what about the legal system? I'm not looking at that. It's my favorite. I'm going to take Ray because I love the way that Ray played the game with his heart. I love how he put the fear into people. And that guy, he got his ring. He left out in the sunset. He did it to the Broncos, put us away. Not in the championship, but in the AFC championship. So, man.
05. Yeah, they won that.
Shouts out to Ray, man. And that's my number 2. And so number 3, a little bit biased, but I don't care. I'm from Colorado, and I will take what he said. A lot of us around here will say the same. John Elway. It comes down to
really? I didn't know that.
Just the level of respect
that
I have for the man. I do understand the work that's put into the 2 rings that he got on his way out. You don't just get 2 rings on your way out when you didn't play for 5 years. No, he had to fight for those rings, and he took his L's, and he bounced back, and he took his L's, and he bounced back. And then when we got a team around him that was like, we're in for this. He got his wins, and I respect that he did that for himself, for the Broncos, and for the city, not once but twice. Then does it a 3rd time as an executive. I have nothing but love and respect for the man. At this point, people are saying it's time for him to go. Who knows? Maybe it is time for him to go. And he's already made that change where, look, I'm a man the ship from back here and let the new GM come in and do that. I'm not here to debate that. I'm here to pick my favorite. I have so much respect for what John Elway has done for Denver. There's no way he couldn't make this list. Even if it's at number 3, he makes my list.
I didn't think about that. And I don't want to get, segue into something else or become extraneous, because I thought that Denver did a great job. We were transitioning from Craig Morton, and Elway got here. There was no, lag between that. Morton was like the bomb. He had Haven Moses and all that. And then Elway, the point I'm trying to make was that I was not a new Elway fan. He was horrible. And then by 87, he already just had our first Super Bowl, our second Super Bowl at that time. And I think of the same way with Drew Lock. Let the kid play and develop, but I don't want to go down that path. That's another show.
Exactly. We'll
so you got Mike Allstott, Ray Lewis. I like that one, and then John. That's pretty good. And then I came back with Big Play Shea. Same era. I mean, he was John's go-to guy.
Right.
And then I got Joe Montana, because I have so much respect for the game. And then I ended up with Cordell, because Cordell was just amazing to watch. I mean, just brought a lot of energy, like Ray Lewis kind of thing.
I like those.
So I like that.
And it's no right or wrong, but
cool.
That's just fun sports talk.
Yeah.
And you guys, drop us your 3.
I'll
put your 3 on the show. That's fast.
If you do, I'll give him a T-shirt.
Yeah, and you get a T-shirt.
Autographed T-shirt.
That's a no-brainer. But real quick, we got some limited time here, so let's just real quick kind of get this part off, because I really want to jump into this. Russ goes to the Lakers. You guys, if you guys watch sports, you may have known it already. Today is August 1st. Not breaking news. I'm not breaking news here. Here's what I'm saying. You have, because I just want to be time efficient. You have LeBron, you have AD. Now you add Russ to the equation. The question that me and Pops have been in here and having Garage talk about is not if you like it. I'm not asking if you like it, but do you genuinely think that stacking works for championships? I'm just gonna come out the gates. I don't think stacking works.
I agree.
I don't necessarily like it, and I don't think that it works. I think that if, in my opinion, this is our show, Garage Talk, baby, all sports. But in my opinion, I think that the whole idea of stacking only really came about, you could say maybe LeBron in Miami. LeBron's always put players around him so LeBron could win. And LeBron's a different player in his own respect. So I don't want to even consider that as that being qualified as stacking. LeBron's going to, no matter where he goes, put the pieces he needs around him. What I'll say, though, is that I think a lot of teams feel like they had to go in this arms race of stacking when KD went to Golden State. And really, I want to put that in perspective, and I don't feel like that was a stacking move. They were a 73-win team. KD goes to an already great team. They didn't bring in Curry. They didn't bring in Clay, Draymond. That was their solidified core already. KD was a great player, chose to go to a great team, and then everyone felt like, well, they're so weaponized that we all have to weaponize. And then for a while, and the East hadn't caught up. The West just went on an arms race, and everyone started arming up and stacking.
Yeah.
But what my question is where do you see the fruit out of all those teams who did that? Where do you really see the fruit?
And none of them have a championship.
And I don't feel like, exactly. I don't feel like, look, it looks amazing on paper, y'all. And for a while, it's enough to make you drool and forget what basketball's really about. But when you start looking at, just go back and look at who was winning through those periods, it's not the teams that were just loading up and getting the best, per se. Don't get me wrong, talent, you need talent. But at the end of the day, there is systems, there is gelling, there is time spent, there is coaching. There are so many things that go into it that stacking is not enough. And the players are so good today, stacking is just not good enough. And I know they said, well, one's so much better than the other. Well, you saw how deep Phoenix went, and they're brand new. So I don't want to kill the time. That's just my take on it.
Can I emphasize your point? Because I agree. And I did some study on this, and just bear with me. I'll go really quickly because I know we're running up against time here.
No, you're good.
Look at the 07 Celtics. You had Allen, you had Paul George, and you had Kevin Garnett.
Not Paul, but...
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. But and Kevin came from Minnesota. Then you had the 98 Yankees.
Paul Pierce. That's not Paul. Paul Pierce. Yeah.
First, let me make my point that through the draft, cohesion. What word did you use? The chemistry. Everybody had a 3-point player, a 3-player kind of a process. I'm going to speed this up real quickly. And I kind of define stacking as you get 3 superstars who we know are going to be going into the Hall of Fame, and you call them and say, hey, it's very narcissistic.
That's the key.
You got
to bring
bump my personal goals, or because of my personal goals, I want to call this dude and say, yo, come play with me, and we're gonna rock this like they did in Miami.
Yeah.
All right, that's stacking to me. And what LeBron's doing in LA, I think LeBron's king of stacking. But
that's what he does.
Let me give you some teams that didn't stack, and because they were just great because of their 3.
I want to hear this.
The 07 Celtics, okay, the 98 Yankees. You had Jeter. I mean, it was a great squad. And then let's go back 86 Celtics. Back to the Celtics. You had Bird, McHale, Robert Parrish, Johnson. It was just great squad.
2014 Spurs.
Yeah, exactly. How about the Dolphins? 72 Dolphins. Only unbeaten team in history. They didn't stack that team. How about this one? The 87 through 99 Broncos. There was no stacking.
But that's easier to do in NFL. So
all right. How about the 92-93 Cowboys? That was stacked. That wasn't stacking. You had Irving. You had Emmett, and then you had the quarterback. Those 3. How about the 85 Bears? That wasn't stacking. So I'm trying to make your point in that, like Atlanta with Trey and others, stacking in Milwaukee. It took Guinness 7 years or plus to thank you. I don't know if it's Guinness. Because I know what I'm trying to say. Greek freaking. I kind of merged it together. But I don't like stacking. I agree. Just build your squad. And I keep drifting back to this. Just let Drew Lock learn the game, develop. I like when you kept saying about the Nuggets. I know I'm all over the board here, but the Nuggets have an opportunity. We already got Gordon or Porter. That's going to be the number 3rd man for Jokic and Murray. And I think that we can do that based on all of these teams. I didn't even get to the 80s Lakers. I mean, that team was phenomenal. And it's not stacked, just how they built it. You know, they didn't call somebody from the East say, "Hey, come play with us."
The 90s
they had Rambis, they had Magic.
They were stacked but they were stacked with their talent. That
exactly.
Kobe didn't get on the phone and was "Can you help me?"
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll just say, basically to both of our points, they're really along the same lines. That there's way more occasions, and even when they were playing against loaded teams or the Collins or whatever you want to say, I think there's more examples of organic teams getting it done.
Yep,
versus
homegrown.
The phone calls and executives doing whatever it takes, or even players saying, let's play together to do X, Y, Z.
Yeah, these super teams.
I kind of wanted to make my last little point is that where we're saying that it doesn't necessarily work. I'm not saying it can't work, but if you would like to see a prime example, then let's just watch the story unfold in Brooklyn, because things happen. In their case, it was injuries and not having enough time to gel. But they did play in the playoffs together, and we saw how that affected them. So, and you did all of that to get them there, but it doesn't always equivalate. So there's just so much to the equation.
Yeah. And I'm so ready to see Atlanta, and not because they're not afraid. They made it, and they already know what to expect as you get into the latter parts of the playoff season.
Yeah.
I expect Milwaukee, Atlanta, although they're just not my squad, but, Philly,
So even right now, and we'll kind of wrap it up here, but even right now, if you look at the NBA, a lot of the teams out of the West and the East who are doing the good are the organic teams. You look at Denver, Utah, Phoenix.
Yes. And they're smaller markets, too.
Homegrown. And then you look at the East, New York. Wow, look at this, a homegrown team. New York, because they had to do it out the mud. Atlanta, Milwaukee, so there's those examples are there, and those are the stories that are, in my opinion, just kind of fun us to watch. Give us your guys' opinion.
Yeah,
it's been a real cool show. You guys got to know a little bit more about me and Pops. Just kind of kicking back, chilling. Always gonna bring some fun stuff in, but before we head out, because he got them. And I promise.
Trivia, yeah.
He just pulled it out. He just, he did. It took him about a minute, but he went through his archives and he thought about the right way. And like he was saying, he's going through what dynasty.
So before you get the answer, real quickly, have you gotten who are the 2 quarterbacks second to Brady with the most Super Bowl wins?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's a trivia question.
Okay.
Which 2? Because they're tied for second in Super Bowl rings after Brady. And so, because Pop's got it, I'll let him shoot away with the answer, guys. Do you have this? Didn't cheat? Tell me you didn't cheat.
Please don't Google it. All right, so I just kind of thought back to era, and I thought, well, who were dominant? And so I was like, okay, 2000s, 2010s, there was nobody, Brady. And I thought, okay, we'll go to the 80s. Who was it? And then I got him second. My first one I thought about was Pittsburgh. I was like, Pittsburgh was the most dominant team in the 70s. I even thought about Minnesota with Fran Tarkenton and all those guys.
I thought when it said Pittsburgh. So what's the name?
And I came out with Terry Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw was was number 1, and that's okay. He was amazed that I got that one. And the next one pushed forward. I thought, well, who was next? And I thought about Dallas. No. And so, 49ers.
And
Joe Montana.
Yeah, man, I said the name. What's the name? And he got
Joe
it.
Montana.
Joe Montana. So there's your answers. Terry Bradshaw, Joe Montana, both tied at 4 Super Bowl rings under Brady. So just a fun fact of the day. That's what we're here for. Garage Talk, all sports. If you're from Pop's generation, you already knew that. Maybe you came out ready. What do they mean? I know that like the back of my hand. But if you're like me, maybe you learned something a little bit today. I learned a little bit today because I certainly didn't have Terry Bradshaw. If you say you had that, boy, I'm bored. Don't lie to me. No, I'm joking, y'all. Episode 8, it was fun.
Yeah.
Hope you guys were just, great to be back. Hope you guys were chilling, doing your thing. Please continue liking and subscribing. We appreciate that. They are rolling in. They're continuing to roll in, and we like that. I want to see some participation. I'm going to be like, let's go, teacher. Participate. Get you one of these shirts. Pops, Anything you got?
No, I'm good. It's just great to be back and good to see you again. And we got to get better at this. And so I will commit. We just got to wrap this up. It's kind of going over. We're gonna do more of these. I have so much fun. And everybody, thank you again. We appreciate the support.
Thank you. Show number 8, Garage Talk, All Sports. Episode 8. You see what it is. Let's go.